Hello, everyone. Welcome into Yelling from the Couch. I'm Brent Humphries, joined this week once again by Steve Compian from Sports by Compian. Steven, how are we doing today, my man?
Wonderful, Brent. Happy to talk to you guys about week 5 of the NFL. Some exciting other news. Yeah, I'm pumped, man. It's a great day to be a sports fan.
Yeah, it's a good day to be a sports fan for sure. One of our teams is looking really good. Had a very entertaining game the other day on Sunday, and the other one they played a game. So, we're going to get into a couple of games here. There's some exciting news in other realms of football here, not just the NFL, that we'll talk about. But let's go ahead and let's start with the NFL, and let's start with your Tampa Bay Bucs last week, man, going to Seattle and defeating Seattle 38-35 in a shootout. Man, what a game that was, Steven.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to start with positives on this one. Baker's a dog. We've all known for a little while now that he's a dog, but he just continues to go week in, week out, and absolutely prove and do really whatever he needs to do for this team to win. The offensive line is finally starting to, be healthy enough to block for him. We're still missing Luke Gedeke, but mostly that O-line is starting to get healthy, and it's showing, Early on, it was looking like some dump stuff. We couldn't quite finish a couple drives, ended up with some field goals. But that second half, when Seattle woke up, Baker was like, all right, that's how we're doing this. And him and Emeka just decided to absolutely take over this game. Shout out Emeka Egbuka, man, coming back to his homecoming game. Grew up a Seattle Seahawks fan, so had a lot of family in the stands. And oh my God, was this his I've arrived in the NFL game. It's he's been blowing up for weeks now, but I think this one really showed that he's ready to be at number one. With Mike Evans out right now, Chris Godwin still kind of coming back from injury. He took the reins and was absolutely ready to take this offense where we needed to go without Bucky, without a lot of people. Shout out Rachaad White. Typical, not tons of rushing yards from him, but great receiving game out of him. He blocks like a savage. We didn't miss Bucky Irving as much as we may have thought we were going to. Our special teams is still terrible, Brett. Getting into the negatives now. Seattle started just about every single drive from the 50-yard line, which is really cool for them. A shorter field for Sam Darnold to travel. And I think now that we've seen it with the second team now, it's fair to say Sam Darnold's the next quarterback that's come back from the dead, don't you think?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Sam Darnold, I thought he was assistant quarterback in Minnesota and thought that was just a one-off, but
right.
Maybe not. Look at Sunday. Look at this box score right here. Baker Mayfield, 379 yards. Sam Darnold, 341 yards. Leave the defense at home, right? Emeka Egbuka, Ohio State receiver, 163 yards. Smith and Jigba, an Ohio State receiver, 132 yards.
Ohio State receivers went off last week.
Yes, they did. And it was, what a game this was here, especially if you liked offense.
100%. And Kenneth Walker got a decent amount of rushing yards. We're usually pretty good at stopping the run. Getting into our negatives here, the defense, like you said, just leave your defense at home. Not necessary for this game, apparently. We were down a couple corners, Jamel Dean and Benjamin Morris, our second-round pick. But this was sad. And I blame the pass rush, Brett. My man Sam was just chilling back there. There was plays where I would watch it, and I'd be like, that's been 4 seconds. This is going to suck. And sure enough, you'd launch it downfield for like a 50-some yard gain. And it's just like, no, we got to hit him. You got to hit him. You can't not hit him, because otherwise he'll sit back there and tear apart this secondary. And that's exactly what he did all week. He found his stride in that second half. First half, we got lucky with some crazy pitch play they did that they ended up with a fumble on. They were driving in that first half. We really only forced one fumble. This Seattle team came to play, man. They were looking good at home. The uniform matchup was beautiful.
Yes.
Oh, man, that was majestic. What is it about the throwbacks that makes everybody so happy?
I don't know, but keep them. Don't go back to the new ones. Just keep them for a little while until we get tired of them. Please.
Seriously, they're so beautiful. But yeah, dude, this defense, Hassan Reddit, Yaya Diaby, what are you boys doing, man? What are we doing? I'm tired about getting excited about, Yaya Diaby gets a lot of pressures. Who cares? Also win, because I didn't see you getting any pressures on Sunday, Yaya. The dude literally had a chance to be a superhero. The fucking pick six drops out of his hands and ends up in Cooper Kupp's hands.
Yes.
Buccaneer killer, who goes and picks up a first down, and they go 99 yards on that drive to score again. Just at some point, you have to make an NFL play if you're going to be an NFL superstar, Brett. That's pretty much what this comes down to for our boy Yaya Diaby. Love the story. 3rd-round pick, gets lots of pressures, gets some sacks here and there. But at the end of the day, he's not going to be that guy for us, unfortunately.
And that play you're talking about right there, was that the last drive when Seattle came down and tied it up?
I think that's when they took the lead.
Okay, yeah, when they took the lead, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was, I mean, he had it, and Cooper Kupp's right there, and takes it for the first down.
You were killer.
Yeah.
Absolute butt killer, dude. We'll never forget 2021 getting behind Antoine Winfield to get the Rams at the field goal range to go ahead and win that NFC Championship game. And he just beats us up every time we see him. Now, getting into some ridiculousness, some people were pretty mad about the Zion McCollum pass interference call that cost us an interception, the Antoine Winfield one. I don't know. It's pretty sus. That's past 5 yards, Zion. You can't be manhandling him. So I'm whatever about that call. The call that made me lose my mind a little bit is the Logan Hall roughing the passer call, Brett, because he hit Sam and then he held Sam up. He hugged him to make sure he didn't fall. And he still got a roughing the passer call. What are we doing? What are we doing, NFL? Are we playing football? Is this football? What are we doing? Because last time I checked, you tackle people. I don't understand.
It's funny you say he held him up, and he tried to hold him up. Like last night, I watched a play for the Chiefs where the guy just lays into the wide receiver, and there's no call at all. So it's like we're just picking and choosing what we're going with here, it seems.
All right, I hate the Saints. I'm a known Saints hater. But, man, that roughing the passer call on the sack on Jackson Dart. What are we doing, NFL? NFL, what are we doing, dude?
And then you'll see other ones where, it'll be they smack the quarterback in the helmet. That's supposed to be hands to the face, and they don't call it. And I'm like, what? Why don't we call that? You're not calling anything now. It's little things.
Game. I wish the Bucs would have more relaxing games. That would be nice for me. It's nice to see Kate Otten wake up with this one. The Bucs offense just did their thing. God bless Baker. Find Sterling Shepard to tie up that game. Some people were like, Todd Bowles should have gone for 2. I kind of wanted him to as well. Thank God he didn't, because if we missed it there, then it all would have been for nothing. But bottom line, Sam Darnold bounces the ball off of Logan Hall's helmet. Attaboy Logan, way to make up for the roughing the passer call. He gets a ball bounced off his head. Lavonte David intercepts to kind of make up for his day. The little secret between me and you, Brett, this is Lavonte David's my favorite NFL player, and the years are catching up to him this year. It's a little sad, but the father time is finally caught up to my boy Lavonte. So it was really cool to see him get this interception to finish out the day and win the game for the Bucs, because this is probably his last year.
Yeah, he had a big interception. Good for him. Very underrated player for sure in the NFL. Nobody hardly talks about Lavonte David a whole lot outside of Tampa Bay, but very underrated, great player. Next week, Tampa Bay. Do they have the Niners next week?
Niners next week.
So it's going to be the battle of which team can have the most people on the injury report, I believe, between these two.
Hey, apparently it doesn't matter to Mac Jones. He'll just throw the ball to whoever, Booney,
One of the more shocking results of the NFL season so far was that game last Thursday. It's like, yeah, they got everybody out but McCaffrey.
But they're rolling in these games. Obviously, we're recording today, Tuesday morning. Big upset last night as the Jacksonville Jaguars, Liam Cohen's Jacksonville Jaguars, find a way to upset the Kansas City Chiefs. I picked the Chiefs. My picks were a mess last week, Brent. Wow. There was so many upsets. Everything was a complete mess.
Mine were awful, too, last week.
Awful, because nobody could have saw this last week coming. It was ridiculous.
Nobody had the Giants looked really good last week against the Chargers, so you're like, well, they're going to beat the Saints, and then they go down, the Saints beat them by 2 touchdowns. It's like, okay, what happened there?
That was crazy. And this is the Cardinals-Titans game. Oh, my goodness, dude. What was going on? And why? Brett, why is this such a popular celebration? Do these guys not watch the highlights? Do they not watch, that moment and be like, holy shit, dude, I never would want to be that guy. And then you have it happen to you. Why? Do you think it's cool to drop the ball right after you get through the end zone? I don't understand. Why is that cool?
You run 72 yards, just go ahead, run through the end zone, then drop it. Whatever. Don't do it right there. Mitchell did the same thing last week for the Colts. Did you not learn anything? And that would have put the Titans to bed right there for sure, because they weren't trying to win that game. And then the fumble, and then the ball's squirting out everywhere, and Tyler Lockett just lands on it in the end zone for a touchdown. What kind of
That was just like the football gods decided, you know what? We're tired of you, Cardinals. All right, it's time for our boy Cam Ward to have a victory.
Yeah. And
Does that go down as a touchdown pass for Cam Ward?
I didn't look at the box score to see, but I mean, if it was, congratulations, Cam Ward, because
I don't think it did, but that was wild. Houston just absolutely beating up Baltimore. Like, you know.
Wow. Yeah, I know Lamar's out and everything, but I mean, he didn't play defense.
I still picked Baltimore for that. Maybe I was foolish because in hindsight, both my other co-hosts for that show did pick Houston, and I was like, no way, Houston's looked terrible all year. No, dude, Baltimore is looking rough. They find themselves in a 1-4 hole. How about that?
And the bad thing is, they're in the Bengals division. They were projected to win, so it's like this has been a perfect opportunity for the Bengals to come up, and then they can't find anything.
Now the Steelers are skyrocketing to the top here right now.
Yeah, Aaron Rodgers and the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be the top of the NFC North. Gotta love it. What about the Dallas Cowboys in that offense, though? I mean, man,
they look good.
He's got George Pickens. He only throws to him twice, and they 37 points after 40 last week. And what a wild week of the NFL so far. I mean, this past week.
This past week was great because I think we still don't know who anybody is. And so these upsets are really crazy. And we keep on thinking the guys from last year are eventually going to figure it out. Like the Chiefs, Baltimore. These guys can't keep losing, right, Brent? No, apparently they can, dude. Who knows?
Well, the Buffalo Bills at home the other night. You think that they're,
yeah, right. That was another pick that went against me, of course.
The Patriots come out and they beat the Bills, and it's like
I picked Miami after Miami found a way to win against the Jets. I'm like, they'll figure this out. It's only Carolina. No, Carolina has a crazy ass game and finds a way to win too. All upsets all day.
Yeah, because you're thinking in that Carolina, well, they beat Atlanta, and then they go and get destroyed to the Patriots. You're like, okay, they're going to come back to earth a little bit here. Dolphins won last week, getting a little bit of momentum. They lost.
I don't like picking I don't like picking Carolina right now. I've been wrong like the last 3 weeks. It's rough.
It's kind of like how I was a couple of years ago with Tampa Bay. I would pick against Tampa Bay, they would win. I would pick Tampa Bay, they would lose. So the Carolina Panthers are like Tampa Bay a couple of years ago for me. It's crazy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. No idea who they are. What kind of team are you? Bryce's like, we'll decide.
Yeah. It's like, are we getting the number 1 pick Bryce Young here, or are we getting the one that got benched for Andy Dalton, Bryce Young over here? You never know.
You never know.
And then next week they got the Cowboys, and I think Rico Dowdle is on the Panthers, and I believe he's a
revenge game after his coming up party last week.
Yeah, talking smack to Jerry Jones that he didn't even know who I was. He'll know who I am next week. It's like, well, okay, hey, there we go.
I like that. That's hilarious because there was a lot of talk that the Cowboys sort of pushed him to that 1,000-yard season, although he showed he has some metal with him last week. We'll see if he could keep it up.
Yeah, there's going to be some interesting storylines coming up this week, which, I mean, it's the NFL. There's always interesting storylines from week to week. You just never know what's going to happen. Any given Sunday is so true.
Yeah, Cincinnati suddenly putting up 21 points in the fourth quarter. What's going on with that?
Well, let's hop into it here. So the Bengals followed the Lions 37-24 at home. They got down really big, 28-3. They got down. David Montgomery threw a touchdown pass for the Lions. Yeah, he's from Cincinnati, so that was pretty big for him. Had his sister there. He also ran for one. They kept Jahmyr Gibbs out of the end zone, so that was something. No, they didn't. He got a receiving touchdown. Sorry. Jake Browning, 3 picks early on. No, that's not good. Not good at all. Jamar Chase had at one point in time 4 catches and 3 tackles in the first half. That's not going to get things done at all right there. That's not a good stat line to have. Somebody said he's out here putting up Travis Hunter stat lines in Cincinnati.
Dude, there's no running the ball at all.
No. Jake Browning led the team in rushing, if that tells anything. You got P. Ryan and Chase Brown, 27. Chase Brown hasn't been able to get it going at all, and that all falls back on the offensive line. And that's some of Jake Browning's problems here. He only got sacked twice, but the 3 picks were really bad. I don't know what's going on with him. He kind of got it going later on in the game, But that's just because Jamar Chase was like wide open on that one touchdown pass. But T. Higgins, he's T. Higgins. He's big. He just goes up, catches it. Today the Bengals announced that they were making a roster change, and they have Mike White, former Jets legend Mike White on the practice squad, and they cut him. So there's talks that maybe the Bengals are about to make a move at quarterback, maybe trade for somebody. Okay. I think that needs to be the case.
White on the practice squad have to catch the axe about all this. Who's the backup to Jake Browning right now?
Brent Rippon.
A word. And they don't believe in Rippons at all, I guess, because he hasn't gotten a shot yet.
I guess not. I think he may have played when they got beat to the Vikings 48-10. I believe he may got in some of the fourth quarter there when it was like 41-10.
Okay.
But not much at all. So they really don't believe in that guy, I don't think. They don't believe in Mike.
I like to believe in these backup quarterbacks, Jake Browning, and it's fitting that Cooper Rush hops in there and gets his ass kicked this week too. Like these are two guys we were talking about last year. Like, oh, maybe they're going to go get paid somewhere. Maybe these are guys. Yeah. But now they're just getting their chance to just very much be proven that no, they're not.
I think that's why that's like, okay, they're proving why they didn't get those big contracts at this point in time, right? It's like, okay, we see what they are. That's why somebody didn't take a chance on them.
Yeah, speaking of people like kind of falling off, Geno Smith, man, what is going on with him?
What is like Pete Carroll, like he come back to the NFL for that, and he brings Geno along, and Geno's done, I believe.
He might be, man. They're paying him a lot of money right now, but he is just looking off this year. I really think that terrible receiving core that we looked at. It turns out you take away all his weapons, it's hard for him to make anything happen.
And then when Brock Bowers is out, your top target, and then Jacoby Myers is not doing Jacoby Myers things, it makes it rough.
Yeah.
Genty's he's picked up a little bit with his rushing, with his Michael Myers stance back there. He didn't have much of a big game this week, but last week was pretty good. But it's rough down there for Geno and them.
But anyway, I didn't mean to get away from this Bengals game. It looks like the defense semi held up, but it's hard to hold up whenever your offense is just turning the ball over all the time, right?
Yeah, the Bengals defense wasn't that bad this week. I mean, 37 points is still 37 points.
With all the turnovers.
All the turnovers. Trey Hendrickson come in there and got 2 sacks. Joseph Osai got a sack. And before that, I mean, I was sitting there thinking, you're getting paid $30 million a year. I said, you can't make a play. You're wanting a long-term contract, and then he makes a sack after that, kind of shuts me up. So I was like, okay, I'll shut up a little bit over here, but not a bad day for him there. But look at this, they recovered 3 fumbles. 2 of them was on the offense. Logan Wilson recovered another one, the golf loss. Just the score's closer than what the game felt like. The Bengals got it within 11, somewhat in the fourth quarter, and then the Lions come right back down the field, scored a touchdown right after that, put it back pretty much out of hand at that point in time. And the Bengals scored again, and by the time they scored then, it's like, okay, it's over. And the Lions got a safety at the end on the Bengals when they were down 11, had a chance with like a minute something left, not much time, but they sacked Browning in the end zone to put it away for good.
Damn. Yeah. Hey, well, credit to them for fighting back, though, at least. At least they didn't fully give up.
No, they didn't. I mean, they very well could have, and with the Detroit offense and everything the way they are, been like, okay, yeah, we get it. But they didn't. They hung in there a little bit, I guess. But it's still not good right now. They've got to make a move at quarterback, I believe. And like I said, I've been saying for weeks, give me Jameis. He's third string up there in New York. It's going to be exciting one way or another. Might as well have Jameis out there with that offense. Why not?
Might as well. We've been saying it. Get inside to make it happen.
I would love to see Jameis out there because people's talking like, bring Russ in. I'm like, no. If we're going to bring a quarterback
Russ is
in.
Cooked, man.
Yes.
Russ is cooked. Let him go.
They're like, he had that great game against the Cowboys. And I'm like, so has everybody else that's played the Cowboys this year. The Cowboys.
If Jameis in that game, he would have also had a good game. I'm just saying.
They would have. And in this case, Jameis is going to make mistakes. But Jameis is going to make some awesome plays. It's like, oh, okay, he can do that. Bring him in. That's who I want. I want Jameis Winston. I don't want any of these other guys they're talking about. They're talking about Russ. They're talking about bringing Andy Dalton back. It's like, no, No. Been there, done that. What are you guys even thinking?
I don't think the Red Rifle needs to go back. What about this whole UFL thing, though, Brent?
Yes,
The
UFL
new team.
news. Yes, UFL news. UFL announces today they're getting 2 new teams. 3, I guess, right? One's just rebranding back to the Gamblers. Is that what it was? Houston Gamblers?
Yeah, Houston Gamblers are back.
And
Houston
then
Gamblers are back, and a couple others.
the Louisville Kings out of the UFL, new team. I'm not too crazy about the everything else besides the team coming there yet, but I can get used to it. I'll get used to it by the time season rolls around. I'll be ready to go, get my Louisville Kings gear and everything going. And they also got
these colors, black and green. This is awesome.
It's very different. I don't
I'm
know.
gonna get so much swag.
The logo, I get it. The horse, Kentucky, the horse capital of the world, all that. I get it, but maybe it's where it's new, and I just got to get a little bit used to it. But by the time season rolls around, I'll be ready to roll. By the time it was April's when it starts, I believe March.
So you're saying they'll be live yelling from the sidelines as you watch some of these games live? Is that what we're saying?
Yeah, absolutely. By the time that rolls around, man, we're on here talking. We will be all in Louisville Kings gear. I'll be green and black all the way.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say that Columbus has a new team, too. I believe you was about to say the same thing.
Exactly right. Yeah, I like their...
I do like theirs. Are they the Aviators?
Aviators, yep, Aviators.
I like that. I guess a nod to the Wright brothers over there in Ohio, but I do like their logo too. But I'm not rooting for them. I'll be rooting for the Louisville Kings.
Absolutely. And then the other new one is Orlando Storm, which basically, at least they rebranded from Orlando Guardians, which I didn't really like, and I don't think anyone else liked because they quickly faded away. So Orlando Storm is back. Orlando's back in the UFL, and of course the Houston Gamblers rebranded. So basically, those 4 are new. The returning 4 are the Birmingham Stallions, Dallas Renegades, DC Defenders, of course, and the St. Louis Battlehawks. It's ridiculous and tough to see the Michigan Panthers fold after going to the UFL Championship last year, they just couldn't fill Ford Stadium. They couldn't afford to pay that lease, so it kind of made sense that they had to move on from there.
Yeah, so I'm assuming Louisville's probably taking their spot, or what was the other team that's going away?
The other team that's going away is the Memphis Showboats, which a lot of people saw coming. Attendance was low. They were at the bottom of the league as well. The Brahmas are gone too, which was kind of sad. They were around, but you don't need that many teams in Texas, which they just brought another one team back in Texas anyways.
Yeah.
Now you got 2 teams in Texas. That's just what you got to do, I guess.
Texas is big, I guess, so might as well put
staying on the East Coast, though. So it's middle and East Coast. Like, you're going to basically be Columbus and Louisville are going to be as far west as they're going to get.
Right. Yeah, that's so. I'm excited for it, man. I haven't really followed a whole lot of UFL. A little bit. I'll watch, some of the playoffs and stuff. Some of the games I'll check out, but I'll be invested next year for sure in it. That's for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a fun time. We should definitely check out some games. And yeah, it's going to be interesting. Another season will be upon us soon enough. But in the meantime, we still got plenty of NFL action. But we just want to keep you guys updated about what's going on with the spring football league,
Yeah, some of us have plenty of NFL action left to go, and some of us are just like trying to get through it. But
yeah. It's going to be a good month for you, Brent. Enjoy it.
Yeah, the schedule's not bad, but the team is. So got the Packers Sunday, so nothing like that. Aiden Hutchinson, Micah Parsons back-to-back weeks. But I mean, we kept Hutchinson kind of quiet for the most part. He had 1 sack, but hopefully we can keep Micah quiet. And that Packers offense isn't really that great, I don't think. So we can kind of hang in a little bit. Who knows? Trade for Jameis. Trade for Jameis.
Maybe Brian will figure it out. Who knows?
All right. Well, Steven, do you got anything else to add on this show here today?
No, thanks for having me on another wonderful episode of Yelling from the Couch. You love to see it.
We appreciate you coming on, man. Everybody go check out Sports by Compian on YouTube. Give us a like and subscribe. Give him a like and subscribe. And we will catch you all next time. Later.